The year is 2026, and the United Kingdom enters a new chapter of its history, one filled with uncertainty, transformation, and opportunity. Walking through the streets of London in 2026 will no longer feel the same as today. The red double-decker buses and the historic landmarks remain, but they now coexist with autonomous electric cars gliding silently, drones buzzing above, delivering packages or monitoring security, and shop windows that change instantly to match the gaze of passersby. Tradition and modernity weave tightly together, while Britain struggles to define its identity in the middle of rapid technological, political, and social upheaval. The question remains, what will it truly mean to live in the UK in 2026? Technology will be the most visible force reshaping the country. Artificial intelligence, which was already accelerating by the mid-2020s, will by 2026 become woven into the daily life of millions of citizens. Entire offices in London, Manchester, and Birmingham that once employed accountants, call center workers, or junior clerks will be run by automated systems capable of processing data faster, cheaper, and more accurately than humans. Chatbots that speak with nearly human voices will manage customer service in banks, hospitals, and public agencies. For companies, this will be hailed as efficiency. For workers, it will be experienced as displacement. Thousands who once relied on repetitive or predictable jobs will find themselves replaced by algorithms and machines, forced to adapt or be left behind. In healthcare, the changes will be equally striking. Patients will no longer wait weeks for test results or months for a specialist appointment. Apps linked to biometric devices will deliver almost instant diagnoses, with algorithms flagging possible heart attacks, early signs of cancer, or mental health crises before they happen. Hospitals will look cleaner, quieter, more efficient, run by AI-assisted staff. Yet this progress will come at a cost: the intimate data of millions of people's blood pressure, sleep cycles, genetic information will flow constantly into government databases and corporate servers. For some, this trade-off will feel acceptable, even life-saving. For others, it will raise chilling questions about privacy, autonomy, and control. Transportation will undergo a quiet revolution. Autonomous vehicles, once prototypes confined to testing grounds, will dominate certain highways and urban routes. In places like central London or Leeds, smart roads will guide fleets of driverless cars and trucks. Ride-hailing services will no longer rely on human drivers, but on silent fleets of AI-controlled pods. For commuters, it may feel safer and smoother. For taxi drivers, truckers, and delivery workers, it will mean the end of their livelihoods. Protests will erupt outside Parliament as unions demand protection for workers cast aside by the march of automation. The clash between progress and dignity will become one of the great debates of British society in 2026. Surveillance will become another defining feature of life in the UK. The country, already one of the most surveilled in the world, will see an even greater expansion of cameras equipped with facial recognition, deployed not only in major cities but also in smaller towns. Drones will hover quietly over crowds at sporting events, concerts, and protests, recording every movement. Authorities will defend these systems as tools of safety, claiming they prevent terrorism and crime. But critics will see a different reality: a nation sliding toward a permanent surveillance state, where every face is scanned, every step tracked, and every word potentially monitored. Families will whisper in their own homes, wondering if smart speakers or connected appliances are listening. Privacy, once a cornerstone of democracy, will feel like an outdated luxury. The economy in 2026 will still carry the scars of Brexit. Trade barriers, labor shortages, and shifting alliances will weigh heavily on businesses. Some industries, like finance and high-tech, will continue to thrive in London, turning the capital into an even stronger hub for international elites. But manufacturing towns in the north, fishing villages along the coasts, and farming communities will feel abandoned, left behind by policies that favor global tech giants and international investors. Inequality will widen, creating a growing divide between the prosperous south and the struggling north. Politics will reflect these fractures. In Parliament, debates over AI regulation, economic inequality, and civil liberties will dominate headlines. Some leaders will argue that the UK must embrace artificial intelligence fully to remain competitive on the global stage, while others will demand safeguards to protect jobs, privacy, and democracy. Yet for many ordinary citizens, the debates will feel meaningless. Decisions that shape their lives will increasingly be made, not in Westminster, but in corporate boardrooms and algorithmic systems hidden from public view. Culturally, Britain will find itself in turmoil. Music, film, and art, once central to the British identity, will be flooded with algorithmically generated creations. Streaming platforms will churn out endless synthetic songs and series, tailored perfectly to the tastes of each user. Some audiences will celebrate this as perfection. Others will mourn it as soulless, longing for the raw imperfection of human creativity. In underground clubs across London, rebellious musicians will perform live. deliberately embracing mistakes and flaws as acts of resistance. Graffiti on the walls of Manchester will scream, "We are not data." At the same time, the UK's identity crisis will intensify. Scotland will renew its push for independence, fueled by economic grievances and disillusionment with Westminster. Northern Ireland will continue to face tensions as communities grapple with shifting borders and loyalties after Brexit. England itself will feel divided between cosmopolitan cities that embrace technology and rural areas that resist it. The United Kingdom of 2026 may be united in name, but fractured in reality. And yet, resilience will bloom in unexpected places. Small communities will adapt by creating local energy grids powered by solar and wind, independent of national infrastructure. Farmers will return to traditional methods, selling food directly at local markets, rejecting reliance on corporate supply chains. Families will homeschool children to emphasize creativity, empathy, and human connection qualities machines cannot replicate. Religious leaders will reframe ancient scriptures, warning that artificial intelligence is a false idol, seducing humanity with convenience at the cost of its soul. By late 2026, Britain will feel like two nations sharing the same island. One will gleam with futuristic towers, AI-driven hospitals, and neon-lit efficiency, a place where elites live in comfort under the watchful eyes of machines. The other will struggle in shadows, its people protesting, surviving, and demanding recognition. The clash between these two realities will grow sharper each day. The year will end with Parliament gridlocked, corporations more powerful than ever, and citizens uncertain of their future. Protest banners will wave in the streets of London. Drone patrols will hover above Manchester. In Liverpool pubs, conversations will shift not to football or politics, but to whether artificial intelligence is a savior or an executioner. Families will argue at dinner tables about whether the country has a future at all. And yet, beneath the chaos, something will stir, a spark of rebellion, of resilience, of hope. Britain has always been a nation forged in crisis, from world wars to economic collapse. And in 2026, once again, the question will not be whether the UK survives, but what kind of nation it chooses to become. The United Kingdom of 2026 will not be what you think. It will not be simple, it will not be comfortable, but it will be unforgettable. And now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe the UK in 2026 will become stronger, or do you see only collapse ahead? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters in this conversation about the future. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next chapter, where we uncover what could happen in the years to come. The story of tomorrow has only just begun, and together, we will reveal it, year by year.